So Master of Rites is the elevator pitch that we went through with Black Library was Arios is coming out the end of Hand of Abaddon. He's coming out of the whole that entire arc of the story. We sort of looked at where he was at the end and sort of went, well, where will he be in a few years after that? And then after the larger conflicts that have gone on, and sort of decided, what if we put him through hell after all that? What does that person look like after the journey we've had from basically his inception as a Primaris Marine all the way up to where he is now as Master of Rites? What sort of character do you have at the end of that? And it was sort of the idea of forging him in fire to a degree and literally putting him through hell to see what sort of Space Marine comes out at the end, and whether he manages to keep his grip on his humanity or whether he loses it entirely and just goes full blank slate Space Marine. And that was sort of the inception behind the idea that became Master of Rites. At the start of Master of Rites, he's now a very experienced Space Marine. He's been raised to command of the 6th company after the death of Maximus Apathus in Hand of Abaddon. He's one of the most experienced Marines in the company. He's there to sort of do sort of the finishing school for Marines before they enter the battle line companies. So the idea being that he is there to be a bit of a teacher and be a bit of a role model to other Space Marines, but whether he can do that when he's still figuring out where he is as a Space Marine, as a human, as a post-human, it's sort of understanding his gaining his own understanding of his own position in the galaxy, and whether he is still human or whether he has any links to it left inside him. A massive amount of research, obviously reading through all of the Dawn of Fire series, all of the shorts and everything that's come out about him, and then also sort of understanding the Ultramarines ethos, the way that they fight their wars, the way that they treat their soldiers in and outside of battle. So you take that and then you sort of go, right, where is he in the point of his personal timeline, and sort of saying, well, he's fought in the Dawn of Fire, he's fought in the Indomitus Crusade, he's fought in the Plague Wars that followed. Where is he then, and what will he have changed? Will he have become something better, something worse? And sort of at the start of Master of Rites, you've got someone who is very battle hardened and he's used to being in command, which is a bit more evolved than sort of towards the end of the Dawn of Fire series, where he was sort of following different leaders and different masters. So he had Maximus Apathus, he had Vitrium Sinius, and now it's him. He is the leader, and sort of him coming to terms with what that means, and especially for himself. Putting him into a new context, so people who have read the Dawn of Fire series will certainly see threads coming through from that entire series of who he was and who he became, but you absolutely don't have to have read the full Dawn of Fire series or followed his story specifically throughout, because this is sort of him a few years later. It's a fresh start for the character. You get to see him in a whole new light as the Master of Rites, the captain of the 6th Company, and you get to see what that means to him and how that changes and how it has changed him, holding that rank and holding that responsibility.